Welcome to the In Shape Fitness Show. I'm Kim Watkins and I'll be your trainer, and this week's workout is a high intensity interval workout. We call it a HIIT workout, and it's going to be a little longer than we normally spend together, but it will take about 35 minutes or so, and we're going to warm up, and then what we're going to do is 3 intervals where I instruct you through individual moves, 30 seconds each, and then a 2-minute segment of high intensity work combining all of the moves in that interval. 4 moves in each of the 3 intervals. All right, so let's warm up. Go ahead and stand up for me. Even though this is high intensity, you don't have to wear your shoes. If you're more comfortable jumping with your shoes on, you can put your shoes on. But I still do all of this stuff in my bare feet. So, it's up to you, but if you can, just go ahead and stand up for me. Get your shoulders back. Make sure that you take a couple of deep breaths. You want to do a little postural systems check here. Make sure your ears are over your shoulders. Make sure that your shoulders and your hips and your ankles are in line, that your tailbone is tucked in. Contract the muscles in your tummy. Draw that belly button back towards your spine in order to engage your core. And let's do a couple of walking. Well, we'll do a little march in place for 30 seconds. Go ahead and start marching, and then we'll take it up to a jog and add a shoulder press for our warm-up, part of our warm-up. Then we're going to do some arm circles, and we will finish up with a warm-up of the back, and then we'll get started. Okay, so go ahead and take it up to a jog now. Really make it an active one. You're really kicking those heels back and up, scratching kind of the floor with your foot as it rolls forward and moves back, activating your hamstrings. Add a shoulder press. Controlled. You don't need to go quickly. You really want to press up, pause at the top, and pull your hands back down. All right, about halfway through, we've got about 15 seconds left of this. Then we're going to do some arm circles. Keep breathing in through your nose. Actually, I don't think I've said to start breathing yet, so hopefully you are breathing, and you are breathing in through your nose and you're breathing out through your mouth. You really want to, as the heart rate starts to pick up, you need to get that exhalation out quickly, so that's why we breathe out through the mouth. But inhaling through the nose is good because it helps keep your body, because of the neuromuscular connection that nasal breathing has with your brain. It keeps you on a more controlled state in terms of your movements. Okay, now stop walking and just extend your arms up to the sides and do a couple of arm circles. Doesn't matter which direction, you'll be doing the other direction just after this. My printer is making a funny noise. I'm in my office today instead of in the studio with my hubby at the soundboard. He's a little too busy for me today, so I am doing this workout from our apartment in Harlem in New York City. And best wishes to everyone running the London Marathon this weekend. Of course, our hearts go out to everyone involved in the Boston ordeal this past week. Okay, now let's do the windmill move. So plant your feet double shoulder width apart, or slightly wider than shoulder width apart at very least. Clasp your hands over your head, hinging at your hip, keeping your back straight. Please rotate down to the right, and then slowly up to the left. Make a big circle like a windmill. And now down to the left and up to the right. Last one more time, down to the left and up to the right. Okay, so the first interval is on your feet. You're going to be standing. We're going to do some jacks. They're called power jacks. We'll start in jumping jacks and then pick up the pace to power jacks. Standard squats, forward kicks, and a ski jump, which is a lateral jump with a floor tap with your hand. So you're squatting all the way down and touching the floor. All right? So first we're going to go through the instructional component of each of these individual moves. So you don't really need a lot of instruction for jumping jacks, but remember a couple of things. Keeping your back straight. Make sure that you keep your abs engaged. You want to land lightly on the balls of your feet, and you want a bend in your knee the entire time for shock absorption. Now the last thing is you don't want wet noodle arms. You really want to control the movement of your arms up and down. Now, when you do a standard jack, let's start the 30 seconds. Standard jumping jacks for the start, and then gradually start picking up the pace. All right, we're about 8 seconds in. Start moving a little bit faster. When you move a little bit faster, if you need to bend your elbows a little bit, that's fine, because you want to move your hands a little bit faster. You don't still, however, want wet noodles for arms, so move them with power, control. Think about them, like pretend your brain is in your elbow and like controlling up, controlling down, controlling up, controlling down, jumping your feet back and in, back and in. 5 more seconds. Let's go. 4, 3, 2. Good job. Okay, so remember that. So those are power jacks. When I say jacks, just go ahead and start doing whatever it is you can do. Now we're going to do squats. With a squat, it is very important that you plant your feet shoulder width apart and that your toes don't turn out. You want your pinky toes in line with your heels. And when you sit down and back, your knees stay straight and slight bend forward at the ankle, but you want to keep your knee from going past the tips of your toes. You want to sit down in a chair. Okay, try a couple of those. You want to inhale on your way down, and as you lift up, press the heels into the floor and really focus on contracting your butt cheeks. As you stand all the way up, thrusting your pelvis forward as you get to the very top, so that your hip flexor muscles, those hip muscles in the front, they fully extend. Okay, let's start the 30 seconds on your squats. Inhale on your way down. Exhale as you lift back up. You're not going to do that many of them. We're 10 seconds in already. You may have done 2 or 3, which is fine, because when we get to the high intensity part, when we're going through these intervals, you're going to just do like one squat, and then you're going to be doing something else. All right, you're going to have to listen very carefully, because I'm going to dedicate maybe 2 squats. So dedicate like 10 seconds or 15 seconds to each of the things. And here we are. You're finished with your squat. So good job there. Now bring your hands up in front of your face like a kickboxer. So you're going to make kind of a fist. Even though you're not going to punch anybody, you're going to bend your elbows to a 90-degree angle, and you're going to be sort of protecting your face with your forearms. Now you're going to contract your abs always. Lift the right knee up, and with a flexed right foot, kick out the foot with power. Then bend the leg, and then put the leg back down on the floor, and then do the same thing with the left. So you're always going to be alternating feet kicks, foot kicks, forward kicks when we go through the high intensity interval. All right, let's try these. 30 seconds, just the forward kicks, alternating legs, holding those elbows. The elbows should be basically right in line with your chin, all right, in line with the shoulder joint, and you're protecting your face with your forearms. Do not clasp your hands together. You want to maintain a parallel stance between your right forearm and your left forearm. More than halfway through here. You've got about 10 more seconds left. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do some ski jumps. So, again, like with jumping jacks, you land lightly on the balls of your feet. You bend your knees, like if you're skiing. That's why we call them ski jumps. And in this case, you're going to jump all the way to the right, squat all the way down, put your hands on the floor and beside your feet, and then jump all the way to the left and do the same thing. If you cannot squat all the way down and lift your body back up from the floor that way, then just do a ski jump. All right, there's no rush with that, or no worries with that. It's still going to be very intense. Let's do 30 seconds of just the lateral ski jump, with or without the floor tap, and go. Then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty here. Then we're going to be doing the combined moves together, and it's so much fun. It's a really great way. High-intensity interval workouts are kind of all the rage right now, because you really need to maximize the output for minimal amount of time. I mean, who has time to exercise, right? Do you? I know I don't. So why not just go crazy for a short period of time, and then you have a recovery period. Okay, here we are. We're ready for the first 2-minute high-intensity interval. It's starting in 10 seconds, so get yourself ready. The first thing you're going to do is let's see, what are we doing first? First thing we're gonna do is a squat, and as you come up out of your squat, I want you to do a forward kick. Ready, set, go. Squat, down, lift up, forward kick. Squat down, lift up, forward kick with the other leg. One more time, squat all the way down, lift up your right foot or the left foot, and then again, 4 squats, 4 kicks, now jumping jacks, power jacks. Good. Keep breathing. Remember to breathe. Coming up on the next move, we're going to go back to a squat. Squat all the way down. And keep going. Just up and down. Couple seconds here. Good. Now you're going to ski jump. Ready, set, and go. Awesome. We're coming up on 1 minute of the interval. Go back to your squats. Squat all the way down. Foot up for a forward kick. Knee up rather for a forward kick, and kick out. Squat again. Kick the other leg out. Back to your power jacks. Awesome. Past the 1 minute mark. Hang in there. We're going to take a break. After we get to 2 minutes, you'll get to listen to me explain. We're going to have a complete different position for the next interval. Back to your just forward kicks. Alternate. Make sure you get those arms up. You're protecting your face. Now ski jump. Good. Try to tap the floor if you can. If you cannot, don't worry about it. All right. Back to your squats. Make sure the toes aren't turning out. 20 more seconds. Squat, jumping jack. Squat, jumping jack. Squat, jumping jack. Ski jumps. Good. Back to the squat. Jumping jack. Last one. Last squat. Last jack. And rest. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so now you can take a break. Have a sip of water. And I will beginning to tell you what we're going to do for the second set here. The second interval. Another 4 moves. And then we're going to do another 2-minute combo at the end of the 4 moves. Okay, so it's the same format, and this next interval is going to be on the floor in prone position. So you might you might have some idea of what you're going to be doing. Okay. I apologize to your shoulders for this, but you are going to be doing some mountain climbers. Those are first. So now, when you get into prone position, we're going to start here. The first component, 30 seconds of mountain climbers. Your hands are on the floor, and make sure that you connect your hands on the floor completely. I watch a lot of people when they get down on the floor, their body weight is really pressing into the floor only with the heel of the hand, right? You really want to try to distribute your body weight among the fingers a little bit, and on the outside of the hand, and on the sort of the forward part of your palm. All right, and you're going to keep your butt down, and you're going to now start bringing your knees in, alternating the knee, jumping your knees forward and back. Straight legs as you extend back, bent knee as you bring your knee up underneath your body. You want to still try to keep the butt down as much as you can, okay? Let's do 30 seconds of mountain climbers. And ready, set, go. Now, if you can't continue this jumping motion, you can walk 1 foot forward and then extend back to push-up position, or the plank in yoga terms. Then you can do the other leg instead of moving both legs at the same time. You're halfway through, by the way. 15 seconds left. Keep breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep the butt down. And don't worry, it will end. 3, 2, and 1. Take a little rest. Put your knees down on the floor. This next move, I didn't want to have you do push-ups today, because we did push-ups I do push-ups every day in my own life, and I pretty much have everyone do them that I see. I think push-ups are one of the best exercises ever. But this case, we're trying not to do them today. So what we're going to do is something I call a plank to plank. So you're going to start in the position that you were just in before, in the mountain climber position. And you are going to lower your right hand, lower your forearm down to the floor. and then lower the other side, the left side, down to the floor. And then put your right hand back down on the floor, and then the left, and then push yourself back to your hand plank or push-up start position. Then you're going to do the same thing again, only lead with the left hand. Okay? 30 seconds. Time starts now. Keep the butt down. The butt is a big issue, and I'll continue to remind you of this as we do this entire interval, because the entire interval is in this position. And the reason that your butt has to stay down is because when you have your butt is in the air, you're not creating the pressure on your abdominal cavity that contracts all of those layers of muscle together, and is the beauty of the plank. 5 more seconds, by the way, where you've got the middle, the intercostal on the inside of your ribs, and the transverse abdominis, and all the things that sort of wrap the rib cage, and that front part of your abdominal cavity, and the back muscle, and your obliques, the side muscles. You're done, by the way. They're all contracting together, and that prevents or eliminates or reduces, I guess is the best word, the space between the layers of muscle, which is why it's so effective in terms of toning the body. Okay. And in the position, once again, you're going to now do a plank punch. So now you're going to make a fist. You're in your plank position, right? You're on your hands and toes once again. If you absolutely cannot maintain this position, by the way, you can lower your body to your knees or to the bottom part of your thigh, so that you make a 45-degree angle with the floor. That's perfectly acceptable. It's still a plank. It's just not as heavy of a compression of all of those layers of muscle as I was just talking about. So this plank punch is where you're going to kind of bring your elbow towards your back, along your rib cage, sort of like you're about to punch someone, and then punch forward straight ahead, and then put the hand back down on the floor. And then you're going to do the same thing with the left. Okay? Let's start the 30 seconds now. It would be helpful, of course, if there were someone to actually punch, but you're really just punching the air. Make sure you make that fist. Kind of a fairly significant component of this is the control that you feel when you make the fist, and you aim to make contact with that sort of first knuckle of your hand, right? The squared knuckle of your hand. You're gonna love this next move. We actually did it in the muscle maintenance workout for Friday for today, and which is the level 5 exercise routine. The next one we do is called a monkey jump. So go ahead and take another rest. Very good. Okay, about 18 minutes into our workouts. We're a little past the halfway point here. We're getting ready to do the monkey jumps, and then we'll do a combo where we do all 4 of those moves in combination with each other. But a monkey jump is where you're still in this, basically in the same position, only what you're going to do is you're going to, for 30 seconds, explosively jump your feet from side to side, kind of up and over to the side. In this case, your butt does, kind of go up, because your whole body is going to move over to the left side, over to the right side, over to the left side, over to the right side. And if you find that you cannot support, you simply cannot support this, then go back to the mountain hiker, the one where you're walking your feet. Just maybe walk over to the side. And the best thing that you need to do, though, or the most important thing that you need to do, is to make sure that you keep those shoulders in line with your hands. Very important. Okay, let's start the 30 seconds. Monkey jumps. Go ahead. Keep breathing. This is a fairly aerobic move, and obviously we are doing a big time workout with your shoulders in terms of this, I guess, 5-ish minutes of work that we're doing together in this particular position. All of these moves work your shoulders and force you to, contract the muscles in the upper part of your back. You're using your chest muscles a little bit. You're using the muscles down in the forearm and your wrists. If you, so it's intense. Hang in there. 3 more seconds. Okay, now take a rest. We're going to do the combo. So you're going to start with a mountain climber. And ready, set, go. 2 minutes. Mountain climbers first. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. If these aren't hard enough for you, by the way, you can certainly do the cross-body mountain climbers where you bring the elbow towards the opposite knee, up underneath the body. Okay, let's do some monkey jumps. Jump your feet to the right, jump your feet to the left, and now down to the forearm plank, a plank to plank. Down with the right arm, forearm on the floor, left forearm on the floor. Now right hand back down to the floor, left hand push yourself up, down on the left forearm, down on the right forearm, left hand on the floor and the right, push yourself back to your plank and punch. Punch with your right hand, punch with your left hand. Now a mountain climber, 10 seconds. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, by the way. Back down on the forearm to the forearm plank. We're going to do plank to plank again. Right arm down, left arm down, right hand, left hand, push yourself back up, down with the left, down with the right, left hand back to start, and the right hand, push yourself back up, punch with your left, punch with your right, punch with your left, punch with your right, and mountain climbers, 10 seconds. Jumping those feet forward and back, keep the butt down. 30 seconds more in the interval, just hang in there, do what you can. Monkey jumps, jump to the right, jump to the left, keep jumping back and forth, back to the mountain climbers, forward, back, down on your forearm with the right hand, left forearm, right hand back to the floor, left hand back to the floor, push yourself back up. Last thing, left forearm down, right forearm down. Now right and left hand back to start and push yourself up and rest. Very good job. We have one more interval to do. Hang in there with me because this next one is another position. You're going to turn your body over. You're still on the floor, but you're going to be in what we call supine or seated position, and then up in tabletop a little bit. And we're gonna, it's very focused on your abs. Okay, so go ahead and turn your body over. Take another sip of water. Let's do, first, we're gonna do 30 seconds of each of the 4 moves as we've been doing so far. And then you're going to do the last 2-minute combo. Ready? So the first move is a Russian twist. So you're seated on the floor. You can have your hands on the floor beside your butt, fingers facing forward, which is a good position to be in because when you go into tabletop, that's exactly where your hands need to be. Your knees are bent, heels are on the floor, toes in the air. And twist, right to left. You know, when you twist, you really want to be able to twist far enough that you can actually put your hands on the floor. 30 seconds is going, by the way. I should have probably said that before, I'm so sorry. But keep it going. Don't stop. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now press your feet into the floor about hip width apart and lift your butt up into the air. This is tabletop. Okay, this is your tabletop position, and you're going to do a tricep dip here. And I love tricep dips like using a bench or on a chair, but on the floor you get the added benefit of being able to sort of lift your body into this position, which really opens up the chest. Think about it. You're in this position now. It is just such a brilliant way to hold the body. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, press your feet into the floor. Don't let your heels absorb all of your body weight. You want your toes to press into the floor. Okay, now I'm going to start the 30 seconds. You're going to bend your elbows. Your body will fall a little bit, obviously. Then as you straighten your arms, your body lifts back up to tabletop. Go. 30 seconds. Hang in there with me. We're not even at 25 minutes here, so I might have slightly overestimated the time. We should be finished just after the 30-minute mark. So, not too shabby. And this is pretty intense. And you need no equipment. You don't need to do anything other than wake up and join me on the floor of your living room and get going. Skipping the gym, there's no guilt there. You just don't have to go. Okay, now we're going to do something called an inversion plank. So you're going to put your butt back down on the floor, straighten your legs now, and you're going to, so your heels are on the floor, your toes are in the air, your hands are still on the floor beside your butt, fingers facing forward. You're going to lift your butt up now, making a triangle, right? The body is the hypotenuse, your arms are the short leg, and the floor is the third leg of the triangle, right? Okay, now you're going to, sorry, but I just invented this the other day. I'm sure other people do it, but to me, I'd never seen it before, and I started doing it, and I thought, wow, this is really kind of fun. So you're going to lift your right knee up, kick out your right foot, then bend the knee, put the foot back down in its straight position where it started. Now do the same thing with the left knee. Kick out the left foot, and then lower the left foot back down again as well. So 30 seconds, time starts now. We call this the inversion plank kick. And it feels a little rocketish, maybe. Point your toes if you want to feel extra graceful. But it's going to get your heart rate up. It's still in that funky position where your chest is really open. You're obviously still working your shoulders, and you have that added emphasis on the back of the arm, which as bathing suit season gets closer, I'm telling you, we all need to be doing this sort of stuff. 10 more seconds. Hang in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now you're going to do a sculling crunch. That means you're going to keep those hands right where they are. Your butt's on the floor now. You're going to bring your knees in towards your chest. Then extend your legs straight out. The feet stay elevated the entire time. All right, ready, set, and go. Love the sculling crunch. You're going to feel this in your abs. Your body should be leaning back. Your torso should feel like it's completely engaged. And you're straightening your legs all the way out. And when you do that, not only are you working your abs, you are working those hip flexor muscles and your thighs, and your heart rate stays up. It's a brilliant exercise. 5 more seconds. And we're up. Now ready to do the last of the combos. 2-minute combo coming up here, starting in 10 seconds. Are you ready? I hope so. Let's start. Since we just finished the sculling crunch, let's just start there. Ready, set, and go. Sculling crunch. Good. Now extend your legs out. Now put your feet on the floor, up into the inversion plank. Kick with the right leg. Kick with the left leg. Walk your feet towards your butt so that you can lift your body into your tabletop. 5 tricep dips. Ready? Bend the elbows and press up. Make sure you press your toes into the floor. Good. Very good. All right, lower your butt to the floor. Walk your feet all the way out to that straighted position, back to the inversion plank, and let's do a kick with the right leg. And then the left. A couple of sculling crunches. Bring your knees in, extend the legs out. Of course, the butt's back on the floor. Coming up on 1 minute. And now twist. Russian twist. 15 seconds. Make sure your shoulders turn. Move your head. You don't need to look straight ahead. You want to move with your body. Move the head with your body. I just whacked the microphone. Sorry about that. I get a little excited. Okay, now let's go back to that sculling crunch. Good. And once the legs are stretched back out, and the next go round there, lift your butt up, heels down, butt's in the air, and kick with the right leg. Kick with the left. Kick with the right leg. Kick with the left. Now walk your feet back towards your butt. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, totally on the floor. Lift your hips up into the tabletop, and let's do some dips. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Congratulations! That's 2 minutes. And that concludes the workout. You did a really great job. I hope you feel good. Maybe lay down on the floor all the way out with your arms over your head and your legs straightened out on the floor, so that you can just take a couple of deep breaths, deep belly breaths, focusing on the inhale through your nose and that big contraction of your diaphragm, exhaling all of the air out. One more time, inhale and exhale. I'm Kim Watkins from In Shape Fitness. I will see you once again next week for another new workout. And if you are interested in a very easy workout, on Monday morning will be our level 1 Move It Monday workout for muscle maintenance. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon.